And kids, please welcome your host for today's show.
Well, welcome to our Wings of America Bird Show. And also, of course, we'd like to welcome you to Eagle Mountain Sanctuary. My name is Beth, and joining me on the stage is Brad.
Hello, everybody.
We are with the American Eagle Foundation. At the American Eagle Foundation, we work closely with Dollywood to ensure a safe place for all the birds in our care and to bring them closer to you than you've ever been before. All the birds you're going to see in our show today, along with all 18 eagles on Eagle Mountain Sanctuary, have all come to us with injuries. These birds would not be able to survive in the wild on their own. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about all the birds we care for on a daily basis, which is about 70 birds, check out our website. We're at eagles.org. Also, you can follow the American Eagle Foundation on social media. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Before we can officially begin the show, we do have a few safety precautions. Brad's going to cover those.
That is right. Our main concern this year is food. Drinks are okay, but if you have food around this area or outside of our theater, if you can please cover it or hide it. Anyways, possible because our birds here have been trained to fly the food. And they have very good eyes to find the food out there around this whole entire area. So if you do have food, you can please cover it or hide it. Thank you very much. Now these two always, right here and here, we should keep these two always clear because me and Beth will be walking up and down these aisles to show you up close some of the birds we have in our showcase here. Now, if you do have a cell phone, which you see a couple of them out, you can please put them on silent for your neighbor and bring your bird luggage out there. But here's the line, take as many photos as you like during the show. That is not a problem. But take them fast because we'll move along with our birds. Now, since we are a birds of prey show, that's what I say to everyone here in the audience, is that predators are not pets. So do not try to reach out, touch, or pet any of the birds as they fly over your head or as we walk by with them. And then, lastly, I'll probably say the birds in this show are very well trained. But they are birds. They're just not potty trained. So that's the one thing we cannot train them for this long entire show. So, if one decides to fly over your head or land on top of rafters, like up above you, please do not, I repeat, do not look up with your mouth open. All I ask, no incidents this week, let's keep it up. Now, those that did come with passwords there, good job. Thank you very much. All right, so without further ado, who's ready to get the show started? This is our last show we have today, so let's make this good. Who's ready to get the show started? That's good. There's about 400 different types of birds of prey or raptors, and today we're going to do shots of these creatures and how they behave in the wild. Now, first up, we're going to do shot 2 of our hair socks that we have you here today. Here's our first little guy. I'd like all kids to welcome Maverick. Maverick is our male hair sock, and hair socks are called wolves of the sky because they travel in packs just like wolves. And with that, we're able to capture more prey and larger prey, such as jackrabbits. Now, none of those are probably fast, but we do have one more hair sock that coming out, but he doesn't know that he's a hair sock. Please welcome to the stage, Big Bad Mikey. Coming out over y'all's heads. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mikey here. He doesn't know that he's a hair sock because he was actually raised by a pair of golden eagles. So basically, what you can say with Mikey here is that he's a hair sock with attitude. for his size. Now, hair socks use a very unique type of mechanism called stacking or backstacking. This would never hair sock will land on top of a cactus, brush, or birch. Then, the second one, come along and land on the other one's back. Sometimes you see 2 or 3 hair socks stacked on top of each other, but it's simply common for one. See 2 hair socks stacked on top of each other's backs. Now, you won't find it around this area, but if you head to the southwest part of the United States, you might just find honey pack of these amazing predators in their natural environment. So, what do everyone think of Mikey Maverick, our hair socks?
If you've ever watched a scary movie, or been sitting on your back porch at night and heard an eerie sound that goes like this. Then you've heard one of the most powerful predators that roams our woods at night, the incredible great horned owl. Today I'd like you all to meet our incredible great horned owl, Alice. Alice is a female great horned owl, which is one of the largest members of the owl family. As I walk up and down roads with Alice, you might notice that he is a non-releasable bird. Alice does unfortunately have a cataract in her left eye, so she would not be able to survive in the wild on her own. Also, take a look at Alice's feet. Her feet are as powerful as they are big, enabling her to seize and capture large animals such as possums, raccoons, foxes, minks, and weasels. The great horned owl is even one of the few birds of prey known to dine on skunks. Even porcupines. This incredible hunter is fearless. Because of this, they are sometimes called the flying tiger. The great horned owl truly does reign as the undisputed king of the woods. These birds, they do nest fairly early, usually late December into January, when they'll use an old abandoned red-tailed hawk nest along with the hollows of trees. After they never hatch, they will stay with the parents for several months until they're able to hunt on their own. Well, Brent and I think Alice is a great addition to our Wings of America bird show. So let's hear it. Have it in for our incredible great horned owl. So let me see by a show of hands. How many owl lovers do we have out in the audience today? How many owl lovers do we have out there? All right, good. Well, if you are an owl lover, you have definitely come to the right show. And I think you're going to like our next bird coming out onto the stage. I'd like you all to meet Gimli.
Now, with show of hands, how many of y'all think Gimli here is actually a baby great horn? Okay, so you got one hand, alright. And how many of y'all think Gimli here is actually an adult? Well, these two seem fairly similar, same type of coloration, same eye color, and they had these little feather tufts on top of their heads. But, let me figure something. Gimli's actually not a baby. This is an eastern screech owl. This is as big as Gimli will actually get. Now, screech owls actually don't screech. They actually give off more of a wavering whistling sound that goes something like this. Well, those have nothing to do with hearing at all. They're basically not even his ears. Basically, they're forced for camouflage purposes. So basically, we're gambling here. Basically, what we're going to do, when a predator person is sitting up those feather tucks as high as he could, squint his eyes just a little bit, and tries to stand up completely skinny, like a normal rock. Tries to blend with you. You gotta stay away from more people here. Thank you so much. Now, definitely they will use it to track other things. And they come in two different type of colors. Reddish phase, like gambling here. And then over on this side of that is our gray phase. I'd like all of you to welcome Gandalf the Grey. To all your Lord of the Rings fans out there. Now, there is a major threat to these guys though. And that is our vehicles. Basically, if you're driving along with it, I keep your headlights on, you screech out. I'll be enjoying a lovely meal on the side of the road, pretty much as you pass by them. Fly out and then we get hit by your bottles. Major costs a lot of the street outs and the foundation. So, if this does happen to you and you would like to help, please do not use your big hands. Either almost some of that meat backpack, shirts, towel, blanket, hoodie, sweater, something soft. So you have something in your car. Pick them up, take them to your nearest vet office closest to you. They'll try to explain everything, what you have. What you do. Now, basically, if you're feeling enough, we don't know how old these are. We don't know. But, know that one. They can live up to about 10 years of age. But in captivity, they can live up to be about 20 because of headgear, lash dress, and the variety of food that we are offering. Now, basically, first reach out, they really don't make their own mess. And most live in tree cabins and men. So, if you would like to attract one of Mother Nature's best control on her property, then you can make yourself your own nest box. Like we have here on this side of the stage, right over there on that wall is a good example of a nest box. We have plans for the kids, adults, and group projects. Explains all in detail on how to build one in, where to place one. So definitely pick one up after the end of the show, because you never know. Maybe one of these little guys may show up. And the plans are right up here on this top shelf, right up here, so definitely pick one out. Now, with Gimli and Gandalf here, these two are definitely two of our smallest birds you'll see in our show today. And for their size, they only weigh approximately 5.5 ounces for their size. So, what do everyone think of Gimli and Gandalf the Grey, our street owl?
With our next two birds coming out onto the stage, our next two birds will be flying out and over the audience. So I must remind everybody to please remain seated while we have our next two birds in the theater and flying. Also, please do not try to reach up or out to touch or pet the next two birds as they're flying over your heads. And with our next two birds coming out, as I was saying, they're going to be flying out over the theater. And our next bird, she is one of the more intelligent birds you are going to be seeing on our stage today. Commonly called buzzard, but correctly called vulture. Today, I'd like you all to meet our black vulture, Buzz. Now they said this is our black vulture, Buzz. And the black vulture is one of two vulture species found in our area. With of course the other one being the turkey vulture with its bright red head. Buzz, well, she's a good example of a human-imprinted bird, or a bird that was taken from its nest at a very early age and hand-raised by humans. Therefore, Buzz does not see herself as a black vulture, but instead she sees herself as a person. Now every time Buzz takes off a my glove or even takes off a rat's glove, you might notice that Buzz is making a grunting noise. Vultures lack a voice box, so really the only types of sounds they're able to make are grunts and hisses. And another thing about the black vulture is their flight really is not that agile in the air. Their flight is much more labored than a turkey vulture who was a nice, even glide. And Buzz, her wings make so much noise. Buzz is definitely not a silent flying bird, so she would not be able to sneak up on her prey. So the good thing what Buzz is eating is already dead. So what did you think of our beautiful black vulture, Buzz? All right, now before we do bring out our next bird, just another couple of reminders. Dollywood is open till 10 o'clock tonight. Fireworks are at 9:30. So I hope everybody gets a chance to stay for the fireworks. And once again, if you are an owl lover, I think you're gonna like the bird that Brett's coming out with next.
I'd like all of you to welcome Jupiter, our 13-year-old male barn owl. Now, barn owls are definitely found all around the world. Pretty much on every continent you can find a barn owl. Except for Antarctica, which you can definitely not spot at all. For barn owls, they definitely get many different types of nicknames. Sometimes they're called the heart-shaped owl, the monkey-faced owl, and sometimes even the ghost-faced owl. But here in the U.S., they're definitely called the barn owl. Now, the barn owls, probably pretty fine, but basically they do live in barns and in other abandoned structures, even steeples, other abandoned buildings around the go. Basically, the reason why they live in buildings like that because and barn owls, they love to eat a lot of mice. Basically, one pair of barn owls can eat about 2,500 mice in just 1 year.
Wow.
Now, they have a lot of different types of adaptations, though, too. Basically, one of their good adaptations is their silent flight. I'm sure when you flew over close to right here, y'all probably not hear a single flap coming from them, just like we all heard from us. Now, because of that, it's because of their rigid edge of their feathers. It's like a comb shape, basically. So basically, air is allowed to flow through easily, making it silent when he flies over their keen prey. So it sneaks up on them very easily. Now, with barn owls, though, too, a lot of the times, another good adaptation is their incredible hearing. Basically, barn owls are able to hear the mouse's heartbeat up to 60 feet away. Because they have such amazing hearing. Now, how are they able to hear that? Here's the reason why. If everyone can look at his face, his heart-shaped face, it acts like a satellite dish. So basically what happens, sound will go into his face. Basically goes right into his ear. And so, pretty much within that, go into his ears. So basically, his ears are asymmetrical though, so that means one is higher than the other. Able to pinpoint the exact location of to where their prey is. Now, with the prey in general, barn owls do swallow their prey whole though. They do swallow them whole. But they do not digest everything so properly. The things that they do not digest is fur, bones, and feathers of their prey. Now basically, even most of the time do that for sure, things that they do not digest, they will regurgitate to form an alkaloids within that. So with that, within the alkaloids that you'll probably see either at schools and everything, or certain projects, probably came from these guys out there in the wild or in other cities. Now basically for Jupiter here, this is his first season with us here at our Wings of America. We're showing his first month flying over the audience here. But I think he did an excellent job, everyone here at our Wings of America. What does everyone think of Jupiter?
we are an educational show, we are answering myths you may have heard about the birds. And the myth we're going to talk about right now is many people believe birds cannot see in colors. Well, you might notice that I've got these colored eggs, and I'm placing these colored eggs out on my tree stumps. And under only the pink colored eggs am I putting a small piece of food. So I'm not going to put any food underneath the blue, the greens, the yellows, only under the pink colored eggs. And our next bird, she's going to come out onto the stage, show us just how smart she is. She's going to turn over the pink colored eggs and ignore all the rest. This bird is a member of the falcon family, but looks nothing like a falcon. I'd like you all to meet our crested Caracara bonita. As I said, Bonita is a member of the falcon family. But she looks like no type of falcon you've ever seen. Instead, it looks like she's been made up of the spare parts of a chicken. A vulture and a hawk all rolled into one. These birds, they're native to South Florida, Texas, Arizona, Central and South America, and is the national bird of Mexico. The crested caracara is even sometimes known as the Mexican buzzard or the Mexican eagle. In the wild, Bonita would be looking under farms, rocks, and logs for her food. They'll eat grubs, slugs, frogs, insects, or just about anything else they can find. They are very opportunistic hunters. Sometimes they'll even follow a turkey vulture to find a leftover piece of roadkill gourmet for dessert. Bonita, she's got a cool hairstyle and the legs of a supermodel. Bonita, she sure does love to pose for pictures. And we're going to make her turn over one more pink colored egg. Shown in bed once again, that birds of prey can see in colors. And now that Bonita's finished, she is ready to say goodbye. Bonita says, adios and hasta la vista.
Welcome to Tecumseh, our 37-year-old gold eagle. They get the name because golden feathers in the back of their necks and heads. Now, a gold eagle, this eagle must have found on every continent of the hemisphere, mostly the bird of the west. Living in valleys and in lonely mountains, protecting territories of 8 to 12 square miles. Now, they're definitely the masters of their own environment, though. Soaring high in the sky to about 4 miles high. Then, dive bombing to speeds approaching 200 miles per hour. Now, they must go for larger prey like cranes and livestock, but they must prefer squirrels, rabbits, foxes, coyotes, and smaller birds. Now, their talents here are so powerful, they're able to crush a wolf's skull. Now, someone knows by Native Americans of the Great Plains, where they use their feathers to give out to warriors of bravery. And then the long flowing headdress from the Indian chief represents a lifetime of valor. Now, throughout history, eagles have been involved in mention a lot of culture and religion in the Old and New Testament. Now, with our next eagle coming out, represents our fine nation. But today represents a much more younger country. And then, so we have that eagle in just a few, but for now, this is Tecumseh, our 37-year-old golden eagle.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our living symbol of what America stands for. Freedom, courage, strength, spirit, and independence. The Bald Eagle.
Everybody, I'd like you all to meet Abraham. Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear it. Have an Abraham is our 4-year-old male bald eagle. At about 6 weeks of age, Abraham was rescued from the ground here in Sevier County when his nest was destroyed in a storm. Unfortunately, Abraham did fracture his left wing in several different locations and is not able to be released back into the wild. But why am I calling Abraham a bald eagle? He has feathers on the top of his head. He's not bald. Bald refers to an Old English word that simply means white-headed. The head and tail feathers become white at about 5 years of age. Prior to this, they're an all-brownish color like the rest of their body, indicating immaturity. This bird's other name is the American eagle. It's been our nation's symbol since 1782. A resident of North America, they live by large rivers, lakes, and oceans, where they can hunt for their favorite food, fish. They'll also eat waterfowl, various mammals, reptiles, even carrion, which makes up a large part of its diet. Bald eagles choose a lifelong mate, only to remate if their faithful companion should die. Usually a large stream near water is selected for its nest site, and they'll use that nest year after year. 1 to 3 eggs are usually laid. Incubation is done by both parents. The eggs hatch in 30 to 40 days and the young grow rapidly, reaching adult size, making their first flights in about 3 months. Our non-releasable breeding pairs here at Dollywood help contribute to the wild populations. And as a matter of fact, we are proud to announce we have now released into the wild 158 bald eagles into the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. This is all in the effort to repopulate the bald eagles in our area. In the 20th century, bald eagle populations declined drastically due to the use of DDT, legal and illegal shootings, lead poisoning, and power line electrocution. But the bald eagle's comeback is now in full swing, rebounding in the lower 48 states from a low of only 417 pairs in the early 1970s. This year, 2017, marks the 10th anniversary of the bald eagle's removal from the federal endangered species list. Even though it seems they've turned that crucial corner, the bald eagle's comeback is not yet complete. We must all strive in the effort to secure the future of this amazing creature. Dollywood and the American Eagle Foundation are proud to share with you our nation's living symbol. It's up to us all to preserve what we have left, to repair what we have damaged, because we did not inherit this earth from our parents, we're simply borrowing it from the next generation. Thank you for being a great audience. We still have one more bird coming out. I'm let Brett tell you all about our final guy.
That's right. Who we have here is Friar Tuck. He's our African pie crow. And Tuck has a very important job here at the American Eagle Foundation. Tuck here collects donations. Since we are a non-profit organization, all self benefits to all the eagles we care for here at Eagle Mountain Sanctuary, and to all the birds you saw here on stage and at the American Eagle Foundation. So, if you would like to donate with any dollar bill, do not give them change because you won't swallow it. But with any dollar bill, what you'll do after the end of the show, when I'm done talking, you'll come up here to the side of the stage. You're going to fold your dollar bill in half. Fold it in half. Come over here and Tuck will be at his box. You'll hand him the dollar bill. He'll place it right in the donation box. Now, for a $5 donation for any new Vulture fans out there, we have here's the back for you. On it, it says, Buzz and Cujo say, keep calm and carry on. For the $5 donation for the Jacks. And then for a $10 donation, we have some shirts for you. First one is a Tuck t-shirt. On it says Space, $10 bill, and on it says Tuck. Took my money. And the sizes we don't have in these are adult large and adult extra large. So adult large and adult extra large. And then the other shirt we have, most of these are just for the kids only because it's our American Eagle Foundation shirts we have here. And the sizes we have in these are youth extra small, all the way to youth large. Youth extra small, youth large. Now definitely go visit our gift shop afterwards. There's also some lovely gifts looking there as well at our Eagle's Nest gift shop right over there in that corner. And if you have any questions for me or Ben, come on up here. We are glad to answer them for you, but if not, I hope everyone has a wonderful time here in Dollywood.